Today on Draw Stuff Real Easy, I'm going to show you how to draw a sports car. But let's not talk about it, let's do it. You're going to need a pencil, a pen and an eraser. I am going to start by drawing an oval or an ellipse. So that's going to be the front wheel. And then if that's the ground, we're going to want another one pretty much exactly the same about there. And then I'm going to draw the bottom sill of the car about like that. It's going to be quite low down because it's a sports car. And this is going to be the front, the bonnet, the hood. In the UK we call it a bonnet. So we want a little bit going around it like that. So just slightly above there, we want this to be coming kind of slightly, yeah, it's getting the angle right. And so that's then going to come pretty well straight across and then up and around and down like that. You can get a feel for this already, can't you? It's got a kind of a sports car look. Now we want to have a little kind of up at the back, don't we? And then down there. So the wheel is going to be a nice chunky wheel like that. So we'll just do that kind of thickness, and we're going to have the other one kind of in there. And the one on the other side is going to be about like that. Here we're going to want to have that kind of central part of the wheel. I'm sure it's got a name to it. I'm not a car expert, so I don't know all those kind of things. And then we'll do the same there. So it kind of looks like a target. And then what we want to do is to come for a little bit there and then split that line there, and then that is going to be going up and across. So that's kind of the middle line of the bonnet, which is going to give you, or the hood, which is going to give you space to work and kind of work out where you are. And then we're going to want to have these kind of evil eyes, which are really headlights, aren't they? Like that. Maybe something on the bonnet there. And I think we're going to want to have a kind of a sill at the front. And we're going to want a sill across there as well. Bring a line down here, so that's going to be that probably wants to be a little bit more upright. And then we want to curve that around there and curve that maybe a bit more there, in which case we can bring that back a little bit more. You can play with it. Don't press too hard with your pencil or else you'll never be able to erase the marks that you've drawn, and it'll never quite get it right. So we're going to do something like that. Then we're going to need to have wing mirrors in there as well, aren't we? So I think also what we're going to do is just have a slight kind of curve up there, and then maybe a little kind of a bump on the other side there as well, where that's going. So the kind of the bonnet, the hood, is actually kind of fitting in with the top of those headlights, making it look very... I'm going to change the shape of this actually. I'm going to make it go more that way. So this isn't any particular car, it's just a general kind of sports car shape. So where shall I start? I think I'm going to start with this kind of sill on the front, and then we're going to want to go around like that and in and across and up and around and in, and then maybe a little kind of bump there. So we've got this kind of sill across the bottom. And in fact, let's go and do something cool like that, which will kind of bring the whole thing in a bit. So we can bring the kind of door down like that, maybe. In which case, let's do this. Always do the things that are nearest to you first. We can bring that curve around like that, and then we want to have that around there, and then that will go up a bit. This we're going to want to have coming across and around and down. And let's do that coming up there. And then this can come back around like that. So that's the bonnet, the hood. And then this can come down there. And we can bring in the lights as these kind of triangular shapes there. And put some little stripes inside it like you get on headlights. And then we're going to do this. And I think I'm going to do another one in there, and then kind of a grill across the front. And then we're going to do this wheel coming up around like that. And we got that kind of middle part of the wheel and the outside part. And now I'm going to make these spokes. So don't come straight out, come out at an angle. It's actually kind of tangential is probably the word we're after. It's kind of coming out like a Catherine wheel, spoking out that way. And then we want to come back the other way, like that. It's something you have to kind of keep your mind focused on. And then I'm just going to draw a little kind of bit like that. Just to, no, I'm not. So I think I'm just going to fill that all in black for the tyre, because tyres are just so really difficult to draw, and we want to make it easy, don't we? Draw in that wing mirror, and then we can come nicely down here with a little hint of a kind of an aerofoil bump at the back. And so we want this tyre coming up there like that, and around like that, and again we want that so we have some kind of logo in the middle, so it's going tangentially out like that, and then start from the middle and go the other way, and then that will kind of fit it all in like that. And I think I'm going to just draw a little bit of ground, just don't make it so obviously flat, so it's got a bit of gravel, and we want that tyre in there as well. And then when you are absolutely sure that the ink is dry, then you can erase those pencil lines. And then I'm going to ink in all this tyre in black. And what is this pen I'm using? It's got a food pen. It's a Japanese thing. It's a bit bent. You don't have to have one of these. It's just because it's bent, you get a nice kind of lot of flat ink coming out of it. But you also get a really nice sharp point. Best of both worlds. You're still watching, so you must love drawing, so click down here and subscribe to Draw Stuff Real Easy for more drawing videos every week. And then I'm just going to put a few little marks down there to give a bit of shape to the wing mirror, and then I'm going to put some kind of glass marks on there. And then I think we could maybe just have a hint of something coming down there which dots into nothing there like that. If you want to know how to paint it, click up here and come and join me on Patreon, where you get how to draw guides and a longer video showing how to paint it. In the meantime, keep drawing, drawing, drawing. Practice, practice, practice. And I'll see you next time. You take care now. Bye-bye. Hey, look, since you got this far, you obviously like drawing. So since you got this far, you obviously like drawing. So make sure, since you've got